Greetings, guys. Greetings. How are you doing today? It's a pleasure having you here. How are you doing today? Thank you guys for joining me yet on another live. And of course, we are going to be discussing the market, how to trade, how to take advantage of the market. And of course, today is always a good day. Beautiful. I can see somebody said good evening. So Archibald Peg, good evening to you too. And of course, it depends on where you are connecting to us from. Do let us know where you are connecting to us from as well. That would also be helpful. Here live in BC, and that's in Canada. Let us know where you are connecting to us from. Beautiful. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome, and you are welcome. Settler guy said, which news do we have? We're going to look at the news in a bit. Of course, that's what we normally do. We check on the fundamentals and then check on the technicals and even look for trade opportunities. And we're going to be taking things up a notch in the sense that we're going to be looking for more intraday levels to trade. The only thing now is that we are not going to be together for more than an hour. But if we're going to be together, maybe like in a Telegram group or in a Discord group, I will be able to update everybody on happenings, right? Because at times you may have a trade opportunity, but then it might not go as you expected. And that's what I'm going to be talking about here as well in this GBP USD, popularly known as the cable. My name is Tolu, Tolu, and I'm representing CSA Forex Academy. That's my academy, and it stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. And there must always be a common sense approach to anything and everything in life. Yes, indeed. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about some instruments. I've been talking about Bitcoin for a little while now on our YouTube channel. We also did a few videos last week and also did one not too long ago today, talking about the Bitcoin, following it so that you understand the story of price, because price has a story, whether we like it or not. And it's for us to understand the story and then try to take advantage of that story. Thank you guys for joining me. Do let me know where you are connecting to us from. And of course, this webinar is brought to you by Trading Live. And we want to say thank you to Trading Live for bringing us together to learn for free. And of course, to make money together. And of course, to make the world a better place. You can see that Trading Live is playing its own part in making the world a better place. So thank you, Trading Live, for this opportunity. Beautiful. Delia said, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? Beautiful. People don't normally ask me how I'm doing. So I really like that. I appreciate that, Delia Coverdale. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful and sunny day here. It's just about 6 a.m. here in PST, British Columbia, Canada time, right? So in the morning, the sun is already out. And of course, it will be a beautiful day since you guys are here. And of course, you're asking me how I'm doing. Okay, Janice, what are we looking at today? We'll get into that in a bit. What's going on with the USD from Blair? We're going to get into that a bit as well. I'm just going through your comments. And then now fully, we're going to jump into the chat that we have in front of us. But before we even jump into the chat, if you know our ritual, what we usually like to do at the very beginning is to check the calendar, right? What we normally do here at the very beginning is to check the calendar. The calendar will give us more or less information, heads up on what is happening and what might probably happen within the next few minutes or within the next few hours and so on, right? Great. So now looking at the calendar we have right in front of us, I'm just going to do some markings on it that we can see clearly what we're talking about. Today's date is what? June 28th, and that's Wednesday, more or less the middle of the week. And then by 2:30, this is the UK time, by the way, right? This is UK time 2:30. So that means that this 2:30 UK time, now UK time is 2:05 p.m. If you are in Europe or in Africa, you more or less will be using the same time, 2:05 p.m. now. So in the next 25 minutes, we're going to have news coming out for pounds, JPY, and the USD. So for pounds, you can see We have a couple of people on the wire. We have the Bank of England, the Governor Bailey, that's for Bank of England, and then for Bank of Japan, we have Governor Ueda, and of course, the Fed, right? The Fed Chair, Powell, will also be on wire at the same time. So look out for volatility for pounds pairs, for JPY, and for USD. So for those that asked already, what seems to be happening with the dollar, we're going to look at the dollar now because we majorly trade the major currency pairs, gold, and of course, Bitcoin as well. So looking at the dollar could also give us some good enough heads up as to what we should be expecting on a few other majors. Not all the majors, of course, move in tangent, but some move alike and at the same time, so we can easily take advantage of that. So let's cross back to the chart, right? And now we're going to first of all look at the DXY. But before looking at the DXY, which is the dollar, I want to show you guys something. If you look at this GBP USD, you can see this vertical move down. If you see the vertical move down, then that is good. That simply means that what? Something is happening to the dollar. For the GBP USD to be going down, you should already know, oh, that means that the USD should be going up. You look at the AUD USD, you can see the AUD USD is also going down. That means that, oh, that the USD should be going up as well. USD should be appreciating as well. You look at the Kiwi, you can see the Kiwi has had a massive down move. This is the third instrument that we're looking at now based on the dollar. And if you look at what we talked about, GBP USD, the dollar is the second currency. AUD USD, the dollar is the second currency. NZD USD, dollar second currency. Even the Euro USD, but the Euro USD has not moved as much as this other one. But looking at these guys, you know that clearly there is some strength, some good strength for the dollar, and you can keep on checking on this on other instruments. By the time you check on 3, 4, 5, right? Like we looked at 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. This is the USD, Switzerland franc. By the time you look at a few, you could now easily conclude that, oh, it means that what? It means that the dollar is what? The dollar is strong. So by the time you cross over to the dollar proper, this is the dollar proper, the DXY, right? The USD index. By the time you click on it, and now you can see this move over here, right? So this is what's happening to the dollar, as you can see. But then this move here that is making the others to react as well. You can see the levels that it seems to be passing through. And as you can see the levels passing through, the next question is, what do you want to do on this chart? Do you want to buy or do you want to sell this dollar? If you want to buy, then you should know where to buy. If you want to sell, you should know where to sell as well. First things first, I would like to do is look at the overall trend and look at the present trend, because price tends to move in waves. And then the major wave, as you can see in front of us, is down. It's a down wave, and this down wave could easily be a pullback. This here, from this bottom here, you also have a sort of support here, where it eventually got here from this bullish engulfing, and then this pushed it higher. So this area of interest here, if I do some markings here, you can see here is a key area of interest where we have support, some resistance. You can see it's a key area, and this also here resistance. This means that this is a flip zone. A flip zone is an area that has acted as support and resistance in the past, and that's what we're seeing over here. So what does this mean for the trading we want to partake in? It means that if you want to sell, this would be the area to look out for. Meaning that you want price to do what? You want price to push higher some more, get here, and then you look for the reaction. From the reaction, you try to get some price action trigger. It could be an engulfing, bearish engulfing, it could be a pin bar or hammer. I'm sorry for the noise. Vehicles outside. I left my window open, try to get some fresh air in. I should have closed that, but apologies. If it's too noisy, let me know. I'll just get up and then close it immediately, right? So I hope my audio, my voice is still loud enough for you to be able to concentrate, even within the noise that we have coming from the outside. Okay, so this will be a good area for you to look for selling opportunities. Now, where will be a good area to look for buying opportunities? I will mark this area here, right? If I mark this area here, basically we are looking for areas most likely that act as a flip zone. I like flip zones a lot because it shows that price should react to those areas. Here before was the support, and after it broke out here with this massive candle down, it now acted as resistance, 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 and went all the way down. It got back here, it did not even react, it just broke out. Once it broke out, coming back here, you can see support again, breaking out, seeing some reaction, support, resistance on the flip. That means that if you want to buy, you wait for price to come back here. So as we said, one thing we're going to be doing in our analysis is we're looking for areas for you to buy and then areas for you to sell. So you now be the one to determine which one you want to do, right? The trend could easily be a downtrend or an uptrend. It could be trending. You could decide to go with the trend or to go against the trend. No matter what the situation is, I would always give you opportunities both ways, right? So that you can decide if you are a trend trader, follow the trend. If you are a counter trend trader, and you go against the trend, the choice is up to you. As a disclaimer, kindly note that our videos are strictly for educational purposes. I repeat, our videos are strictly for educational videos and not to be used as a form of signal. If you're going to take the trades, it's up to you. We have mentioned a disclaimer, and also make sure that you understand the risk involved. That trade could easily be a loser. And then also make sure you are calculating your risk management appropriately, your volume, your lot size. So even if it's a loss, it's just going to be a small percentage of your account. Losses are bound to happen. And of course, I have even had a loss this week as well. And I have a winner that I am holding on to as well. So at the end of the day, with all the plus and minuses, just make sure that your minuses are small and your pluses are bigger. And of course, you'll be good to go at the end of the day. This is the dollar that we have over here. And the dollar, as you can see, is still bearish, right? It's still bullish, rather, going in an upward manner. That means that Euro USD should be going down, and you should have a good enough idea where the Euro USD might probably be going down to. It might be going down to this area here. And the good thing about here also is that I tend to throw in Fibonacci. Sorry, since my voice is a bit cracked now. I tend to throw in Fibonacci as a form of confluence. Looking at this here, I can throw in my Fibonacci, and I can tell you for a fact, it might probably already be around the 50 Fib retracement, which would be a good place to look for reaction. So I'm going to draw from the lows here all the way to the highs here. I can see voila, and this was with my eyes without even putting the fib inside. And that simply means that you can trade, I repeat, you can trade without what? Without anything on your chart. Meaning that on this chart that we have in front of us, there was nothing on the chart. I also have a good enough idea what's happening on the chart. I have a good enough idea of where to enter. As an example, I can easily say, oh guys, look at what we have here. This is an important area, this is an important area, and this is also an important area. Why would I say that? I'll say that because this is what we call the left shoulder. If you know your patterns, you can easily see the patterns from afar without putting things on your chart. So this will be the left shoulder for head and shoulders pattern. If you know the popular head and shoulders pattern, and traders, we tend to trade patterns. Everything has to do with patterns at the end of the day. And this would be the head. I'll just put H for the head. And this would being the right shoulder, which of course is called the head and shoulders pattern because if you look at yourself as a human, your head and shoulders, they tend to align. Even though some people's shoulders might go up a bit or go lower a bit, no matter what, it's still around the left shoulder. So this was the right shoulder, and this would have been a good place for entry. And this was an entry and it's going down here on the Euro USD. You can see that this down move also coincides with the DXY that we're looking at now. And of course, this is a reversal. I repeat, this is a reversal. As we said, whether it's an uptrend, because this here on the areas is an uptrend, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend or whatever the situation might be or will be, we would always show you the buy opportunities and also the sell opportunities. This was the sell opportunity. Excuse me, my throat. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because it's in the morning, right? So this would always show you the sell opportunities and the buy opportunities. If you're looking forward to selling, then maybe it might pull back to this area, back to the right shoulder, and then give you the opportunity to go down. But if you're looking forward to buying, let me just clean up this chart and I'll show you buying. Because if you're looking forward to buying, I'll introduce all of these guys plus the Fibonacci. Looking forward to buying, you love to buy at this flip zone. Remember we said we're big when it comes to flip zones. Here was an area of resistance, and then when it broke out, it came back and acted as support. That's when you're looking forward to buying. Look forward to this area here of support, which confluences with the Fibonacci, the 50 Fibonacci level. And this will be a good one for you to look forward to buy. And then you buy, and then you hold all the way back to the top here. So this will probably give you about, if it goes according to plan, that is, probably give you about 150 pips. And then your stop loss might probably be around 20 pips. So that will be a good risk to reward trade of about 1 to about 7.5. And then, of course, I always say before you pull the trigger, make sure the risk to reward is in good proportion, meaning that your reward should always be higher than your risk, and the higher, the better. So this is what we have here, as you can see, right? This is what we have over here, from what we can see, giving us the concept of entry for buyers and also for sellers as well, right? So as you can see what we're talking about here, right? You can see what we're talking about here. You know where to enter as a buyer and also to enter as a seller. I'm going to quickly go into the comment section just to read up your comment and then probably give you some answers, or, you know, just to make it live, because it's live. It's not just me talking to myself, but we talking together, and then we are trying to help ourselves. So I'll go into the comment section now, and then I'll still come back and breeze through a few instruments. But if you have the idea, the concept of what dollar is doing, and you also have the concept, the idea of what to do to the majors, and of course, gold and even the Bitcoin, right? I'll just breeze through the Bitcoin as well in a bit, but I made a video on the Bitcoin on the YouTube channel, and we've been doing videos on the YouTube channel on the Bitcoin from last week and even this week, and we're going to still do some more. I'm going to drop the link to the YouTube channel so that you guys can watch that, because it's more or less like a series, more or less like storytelling of the Bitcoin. And that's the YouTube channel, right? At CSA First. I just dropped it there in the comment section. You guys can pick it up from there, right? And then also do well to subscribe, because as we put up videos of what we're looking at. It could be during London, New York session or whatever, and you can easily pick it up and then take advantage, right? Okay, so we've talked about the US, we've talked about the areas, we've talked about some more instruments. Let me just read up your comments now. William said, hello everyone, what are we looking at today? Okay, we've started doing that already. So like we have a lot of new guys today. And I really don't know. Guys, I don't know whether you are new to this, our section here, or whether you have been here for a while, because I get to know some popular names as they keep on returning and commenting. The only way I know that you are here live with me is when you comment, and then you also tell me where you're from, right? Because when I ask questions and then you respond, it gives me the impression that yes, indeed, truly we are live here together, right? Okay, I said price is like a story. How so? Now, when we say a story, look at it this way. If you watch a movie, that is a story, but the story tends to unfold, right, as you progress in the movie. So if you look at any chart is price, because the chart is displaying the price movements, the price behavior. And then in movies, you have people behaving in certain ways that could easily give you heads up as to what most likely is going to happen in the nearest future, whether it's an action movie or comedy or whatever. Think about it this way. There's some movies that you watch that the first 10, 15 minutes, you already know what more or less is going to happen at the end. Do you agree with that? It's not all the movies. That's why we say it's a story, right? And because you know more or less what's going to happen, and that's because of the history that you already have of movie watching, Most movies, they follow the same pattern. If you think about it, even series, they follow the same pattern. Even though there's some twists and turns here and there, but at the same time, the story is still pretty much similar. So if you understand the story of Price, we're talking about the story of Price. Thank you, Grace, for asking that. Price is like a story household. If you understand the story of Price, trust me, to a very high degree, you'll be able to take advantage because you are using the history to the present, trying to predict the future of what? The future of Price. And once you can do that, then you can make some good profit, you can make some good pips, you can make some good money. Right? So now let me just go over some more questions, some more comments. Thank you for that comment from Grace Pulan. Okay, Eugene Laurie said, yeah, if you look well, the market actually tells the story. Yes, indeed. Of course, it's your eyes. That means that you need to train your eyes and then you see the story unfolding and then you can take advantage. Okay. What do we have interest in today? That's the Euro USD. And guys, in the next 9 minutes, we're going to have the news coming up for pound, JPY. We have the Fed chairs. You have the bank. We have the Bank of Japan, Bank of England, and also Fed chair that will be on the wires in the next 9 minutes. We expect some volatility in the market in a bit. So let's see how that plays out, right? Do I have any trades I've taken this week? Yes, I have. I have a trade that I'm holding now on Bitcoin. I haven't need to even check on the Bitcoin, how it's faring, because it's more or less similar to this one that we have over here. And I'm going to explain these areas that we have here. I just showed you the head and shoulders pattern for a counter trend move. And I'm going to show you that exact thing because when you look at the market, when you look at the market, it tends to give you the same scenario, but on different instruments at different times. This is the Bitcoin here, and I did a video on this. I repeat, I did a video on this on the YouTube channel. So I've dropped the YouTube channel, the link. I'm going to drop it again. You guys can always watch the videos early before we even meet up here. Watch some videos because I tend to put up some trading opportunities for us to take advantage of. If you look at this one and the Euro USD that we just talked about, right? The Euro USD that we just talked about is the Euro USD, where we said, oh guys, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. You can see the right shoulder aligns with the left shoulder, right? It doesn't have to be 100%, guys. So this was an entry over here on the Euro USD if you saw it. And this is the Bitcoin that I've been following. And then I saw this. You could even see it better on the 4 hours time frame, right? So if you look at this here, 4 hours, you can see left shoulder here, the head, and then this was the right shoulder. I got my entry sell, and then it dropped down to this area here, dropped down to this area here of demand, you can see. And I've tightened my stop loss here, and I'm waiting for a break. If it does something, if it pushes higher and takes out my stop loss here at this area of sell, no issues. I'll look for a re-entry or I will leave it because it has been pretty hot this month, right? It has been pretty hot for the father, for the king of all cryptos, right? And it could as well break out, use this area as resistance and then drop down. So I have a conservative take profit here. I'd have loved to have taken out my profit here, but I have a conservative profit here, which is better shown on the hourly time frame. Guys, you can watch this video on the YouTube channel I put up. You can watch the videos from last week, a few videos talking about the Bitcoin as well. Now you will see the build up because we said something that price, as we said, is story. Still talking about a story. When price moves in this manner, it tends to move into a form of rest. I call it exhaustion, right? When you run in this manner, you're running in an upward manner, you tend to get tired and you tend to slow down. And then that energy might come back and then you might, push higher the more, or it might retrace. So this area here was where I had the story and then it unfolded into a head and shoulders pattern and I took advantage. So I think I might start saying the story more. If I say the story, you would understand that we're talking about price and the behavior because that story is still price action in summary. Okay, back to your comments. I have almost 100 comments over here. God help me. And that's why most times I always say, guys, if you want to ask me any question, because I'll have to breeze through your comments. If I try to rush, of course, I'll just be skipping comments and all. So I'll try to breeze through the comments. But if you want to follow me on the YouTube. I already dropped the YouTube channel. You want to chat me up on the Instagram. And of course, my website. I have a website which is CSA Forex. You can go there, get more information, use that to link to the YouTube channel, be a partner with me. If you are interested in mentorship, maybe one-on-one coaching, you can always reach out to me there as well on the website or any other means whatsoever. I'm not hard to find. My name, you can find Olatunji Tolulope. You can check me out on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I think I'm more or less everywhere, on TikTok, right? So just check me out, check what I've been doing for years. I've been doing this for years, by the way. I've been privileged, as I normally tell my story a bit, I've been privileged to work for a few brokers while I was in Nigeria. I worked for some brokers, international brokers from Cyprus. I worked for Forex Time, and then HFM. They now go by HFM, known as Hot Forex. Now I'm running my academy fully, and I'm spreading the gospel of trading. So quickly back to your comments over here. Sorry if I'm reading your comments now and you put them up a long time ago. Okay, Nicholas said, yes, we have a lot of speech coming in today. Yes, in the next 4 minutes, we have a lot of speech. So protect your account and expect some high volatility. Stan said, I think we would see the highest volatility for the week today. Well, let's see how that plays out. Since the week is packed, as it always is. Yes, Victoria, last week was packed as well. This week is also packed as well. Yeah, and this month is ending. Yes, beautiful. That's a good observation. This month is ending. So looking at how all these pairs would end exactly. This month is not just ending. June is not just ending, but the second quarter of the year is ending, and the first half of the year too is ending. So this is a big period as well. And when we have this ending, maybe the end of the week, the end of the month, end of quarter, end of year, or whatever, we tend to have some form of profit taking. So let's see how everything plays out. So thank you for that observation, Always, and that's why we are here together. Let me tell you guys something. I'm going to ask this question, and hopefully I scroll down to the bottom, and then I get feedbacks on this particular aspect. Why are you here? Why are you here? You guys listening to me now. I'll scroll to the bottom quickly, and then hopefully I get your answers in good time. Because I know there might be a sort of delay as well, but I'll still get your answers. Why are you here? You are here majorly to what? You are here majorly, let me help you to answer, right? You are here to learn. And as you learn, you use that to make money. Meaning that after you learn, you must put it to practice. Some of us come in here, you learn, you get that ginger, you get that hype that, oh, trading looks pretty much easy, straightforward, but then you don't practice, you don't do anything, and then it becomes a waste, right? So as you are here to learn. What about me? I'm also here to learn. I'm here to grow as a trader, and I can only do that from your questions. Because your questions could spark something in me. If I was making $1, I would like to make $2. If I'm making $2, I'd like to make $3. And of course, if somebody's making $0, then you like to make $1. There's always room for improvement. So why are you here? I want to know. And then some of us that are here, you might need some form of hand holding. You might need a form of one-on-one. If you need one-on-one, do not be afraid to ask. I offer one-on-one for a fee. This here is absolutely free. This live session is free, but I do have my one-on-one sessions that are for a fee, right? So if you're interested in that, you need to ask yourself, why should I go for mentorship? The simple answer is to shorten your learning. We always say we're all here to learn. To shorten that learning curve. If you trade by yourself, of course, you can become profitable, consistently profitable after a few months or even a few years. But if you go under the tutelage of someone like myself as a mentor on one-on-one coaching, then I'm going to help you shorten that learning curve because you would understand the story from my own end. Now scroll down to the bottom quickly and then read up on that. But let me just breeze through some comments here. On Friday, guys, we're going to be having a Q&A session is where we're going to be talking about anything and everything trading. You could even ask me personal questions if you want. How long have I been trading for? If I'm married and so on or whatever. People tend to ask me some questions as well, and they will laugh about it, but I still answer. Okay. Celeste said, finally the pound has broken. Yeah. The dollar has started showing some strength. Olivia, yeah, that's true. We talked about all of these things. Let's see quickly. I'm just going to breeze through, guys. If you have any question, guys, what are we looking at today? We've been talking about that still about. You can watch this on a replay. Most times, I don't like to make my sessions too lengthy. I try to keep them in between 30 to 1 hour. So that means that we could end anytime from now. I try to make them not too lengthy so that you can watch them on a replay quickly, or people that are just joining late can watch them on a replay. Or if you're not, even if you're watching this maybe from next week or 2 weeks from now, or whatever the case might be, you could also watch this on a replay, right? So good. Breezing through. Sorry, guys, if I'm scrolling through your comments. Sorry for that. The comments are a bit too much. I'll try to get to the bottom of them. But if you have a major comment, I'm going to also do this as well. Guys, if you want to join me live on Zoom, you want to talk for everybody to hear, if you want to do that, let me know. You can just say, yes, I want to join you now on Zoom because I'm streaming through Zoom to my YouTube channel, streaming live there as well, YouTube live, and also here on Trading Live. So everything is all connected. But if you want to join me on Zoom, let me know. You can send me a message on Instagram. We did it sometime last week. And we had, I think, Francis, I think his name is Francis Chico from Zimbabwe, join us. So if you want to join me live, you want to ask a question live, trading question, or whatever the case might be, feel free to type, yes, I want to join you live. And then you can send me a message on my Instagram, right? Because I'll send the link to you, the Zoom link on my Instagram, and you can join me there and I'll connect you over here, okay? Quickly, just through a few comments here. Okay, thank you. Alfred said, no problem, can still hear you clearly. That was based on when I said there some cars and all from outside, I left the window open. It is pretty much summer, so we tend to leave the windows open for some nice, cool air breeze to come in. Okay, thank you. Kata also said, yeah, we can hear you, man. Okay, yeah, there's no problem. You're still very audible. Thank you guys for your comments over there. You can see I'm not getting to the comments of what I mentioned, what I said a while ago. So it's a bit not too easy, chatting and then also doing explanations and reading comments as well. And that's why on Fridays, we leave Fridays for Q&A. We've been doing this Q&A for a few weeks now, where we just look strictly at the comment section. So I try to keep up because it's a bit of a daunting task. Sorry guys, let me just scroll to the bottom. So I'm going to really skip some of your comments. Violet, head and shoulders is a bearish pattern. Yes, depending on how you look at it, head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders is more or less a reversal pattern, not just a bearish pattern. Oh yeah, sorry, head and shoulders is a bearish pattern. Then inverse head and shoulders is a bullish pattern. Yeah, it's a counter trend reversal pattern, more or less. Thank you for that. Are you just waking up, man? Cornelia. I woke up not too long ago, as I said, here in British Columbia. I asked you guys where you guys are, but nobody answered. British Columbia time here in Canada for me is about 34 minutes after 6. I repeat, 34 minutes after 6, right? So that's still pretty much in the morning, right? Pretty much in the morning. Guys, the news have come out about 4 minutes ago. Let's just breeze through because I really don't think we have some explosion. But let's look at the dollar. First of all, this is the reaction that we had over here. You can see it's more or less reacting still in that area, even though there was a breach, right, of this here. Let me just do some small markings here, right? Something in this area still reacting to that area where we have like this as support. There's some little reaction here, support. You can see some little reactions here as well. So presently is reacting here. So one thing I would also say when it comes to this story, right? You know, when you're watching movies, I'm going to be using stories, movies in my explanations. Hopefully, I do more of that because I do that in my one-on-one for people to understand the movie. You know, in movies, there'll be that time in the movies where the music will change, where something, maybe like a thriller or horror movie or something, all of a sudden the music changes, and then you have this kind of, it's kind of scary that something is about to happen, right? As about to happen, let me just paint a picture for you guys, a story picture. As about to happen, maybe it might be a lady. Yeah, let's just say a lady. It might be a lady that is walking, maybe an alley, or she's about to turn to the corner, and then the music just intensifies at that point. That point is where the music, which could be the news, right? The news around the corner, the news is the music. And at the time when she turns to the corner is the technical, the chat. So you'll notice that they tend to align. The music would align with the point where the lady is walking on the alley, and if she turns left or she turns back, and as she turns back, boom. Hope I didn't scare anybody. Boom. Then you have that, combination of the fundamentals and technicals, and then something happens there. This is exactly what happened. We had this area here that was just marked out based on the technicals, and the news came out, and you can see the reaction. So most times the fundamentals and technicals, whether you like it or not, they tend to align. And that's why I told you that when you have news coming out in a bit, look for your technicals, look for where the news is going to react to that area of support or resistance or whatever the case might be. And that is the story for you. That is the price action, because price action is price behavior, is price reaction, is price trend, is story, price story. It's a movie. You must be able to understand the movie to be able to take advantage of the movie. If I was a scalper, this would have easily been an area for me to scalp because it's an area of interest. It's a flip zone. It's an area that's acted as support and resistance as well. Let me continue with the comments over here, right? So I just said, let's look at the news, the reaction. The reaction is not that explosive here. We also had news that came out for pounds and also JPY. So let's look at pounds here. You can see pounds. Look at this beauty. And that's why I normally love. I'll tell you guys this. Whenever we have news, right, news is a catalyst. I repeat, news. I know traders that don't even pay attention to news, especially if they're on the higher time frames. If you're looking at it from the scalper's perspective, you need to pay attention to news because it can easily destroy that area. But if you're looking at it from higher time frames perspective, you can decide to have decide to have less attention to the news, right? Because if you look at the news that came out for pound, the speech, you can see it's still aligning with this here of resistance, support. You can see the reaction is still here on the support. So it tends to align fundamentals and technical, the story of price. If you guys join me on the coaching, whether it's a one-on-one coaching or whether it's a group coaching, whatever the case might be, if you join me there, trust me, you will definitely understand the story. And then to be for you, while watching a new movie or a new series or new episode, you already understand the story, you understand the before, the during, and after, and then you can take advantage. Quickly now back to the charts. As I said, I try not to take way too much of our time, and that's what I want to do over here. Okay, Nicola said, nice to attend your session today. Nice to have you guys here. Kent, I trade only 4 pairs. EU, GU, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Kent, check on what you wrote and the number you put. That's 5 instruments, EU, GU, GJ, EJ, and gold. That's 5. But those are good as well. Guys, if you join me on the private coaching, whether one-on-one or group coaching, then we will talk about all the instruments. Trust me, I don't trade all instruments, I trade a few, but it is still story. It's still a story on this, on that, and so on. So we'll talk about all your instruments at the end of the day. Unfortunately, I won't be able to talk about all of them. Any trades taken? Yeah, I already mentioned that during holding my Bitcoin now, and my Bitcoin still seems to be doing well enough. Waiting to see whether it drops further down, and I've also protected myself as well. Trade management is also something that is very big, and of course, protect your trades, especially when you are in profit. So we talked about like this one that we have here. This is also a trade opportunity, right? This GBP USD that we have in front of us is also an opportunity to buy. Because if you add the Fibonacci to the mix, this is like a good area to buy over here. So you need to pay attention to price action, right? If you have like a nice engulfing here, don't hesitate to go long, right? You can also consult the DXY, consult the dollar index for more clarity on the strength or weakness and what you are expecting next, because this here is a clear area of interest. I repeat, this here is a clear. So for those guys, for you guys asking any instruments on the radar, this is one here. Don't forget a disclaimer, my disclaimer, this is for educational purposes, but if you're going to take this trade, make sure you understand the risk. It can easily be a loss. When that price could break out from this area here, this area of support, and then make sure you calculate your volume and your lot size appropriately. So any instruments we're talking about, trust me, they are more or less getting to the area of buying or selling, and then you should do the needful. We won't be here for too long, as I said. So we won't be here to watch this unfold. Or you could do a screenshot of this. You can take this to your own chart, whether it's on your phone or laptop, desktop, or whatever. Duplicate this and pay attention. You could also chat me up. You could come on for the one-on-one coaching or group coaching that I normally conduct, and then we could continue to watch this continuously, because we lock ourselves up in what? We lock ourselves up in a Telegram group, Telegram section, or Discord, and then we're going hard at this, majorly London and New York session. So we're together for about 8 hours, more or less, discussing the market, right? Good. So this is this over here. This is an opportunity. Pay attention. Look out for price action. Wait for this candle to close for you to know what's going to form. If it doesn't form anything, then do not do anything. So for those asking for opportunities, that is another one for you. We talked about the Euro USD as well, and a few others. I'll breeze through quickly as well if there's time. I'll just breeze through the other majors and also go so you see whether there are opportunities for you. Are you taking any trade today? Yes, if this GBUSD should give me a good entry, I'll go long on it. Can you hold gold buy? I don't know, I've not checked on gold. But guys, let me scroll down. I think that was the question I asked not too long ago. I'm looking for answers. Susan said, your strategy is so simple and they work so well. Yes, price action, support and resistance, supply demand, simple, straightforward. No need for too much what's the name? No need for too much cracking of head. No need for too much things on the chart. Keep it simple. Simplicity is the key to success. Marina said, what is SL? SL stands for stop loss. SL stands for stop loss, and TP stands for take profit. Okay, you said it hasn't broken the neckline, and that's from our person. Probably you're talking about the what's the name? You're talking about the Bitcoin I took. Yes, if it hasn't broken the neckline, there are different ways to enter on different patterns, right? Let me see whether I can quickly just breeze through that and explain quickly. Probably that's the Bitcoin here. Let me do something for you quickly. Let me do something. Let me just use this. So you have this over here. You have this over here, and then you have different areas, different ways you can enter on a sell. So I can show you how to always add to your positions. You can enter on a sell based on the left shoulder, meaning you enter on the right shoulder. This is usually the first point of entry where you can jump in. You can see it's struggling over here because we have this area of support over here. As you can see, so it's now acting on support. And then this trend line also is holding it up as well. We could also have something here where the price breaks out of this trend line, and then it comes back, reacts here. It reacts here, and you can have a second entry here, and then take it down some more. So there are different ways. Whenever you have any pattern, I repeat, any pattern, you should always have more than one possible entry on that pattern, right? So that's just the quick one for Albert person, just a quick one here. And I use this example of the one I'm in already, and that means that I can double up as well and have a second entry. So if you miss the boat, don't worry, there's always another one around the corner. Charlotte said I would have to rewatch this video. Yes, you can rewatch it, and that's why I try to make it not too lengthy for everybody. This is for me, this is a free session. But I always say if one person, only one person, if only one best person should benefit from this free live session, then it makes me happy. It tells me that I did not wake up early for nothing, because I woke up early to prepare this down. I'm waking up early because of my time zone, obviously. And that means that I trade this early sessions, because for me, the best sessions based on the way I trade are London and New York, because they're the most liquid, the most volatile, and so on, right? Even if I have to wake up at 2 a.m. my own time, I will, because 2 a.m. my own time is London. So I tend to have different sessions, right? Especially for those on the coaching, mentorship one-on-one, we do London and New York, strictly London, because London is the one that kicks off the day, right? So let me leave that aside. You join me, you get more information on that. Boom. Yeah, I was expecting a pullback in BTC price too. Yeah, that's what you have. And at times when I say some things and I say, oh, exhaustion, resting, pullback, price should retrace and so on, right? It doesn't mean it's going to pull back the whole thing. It might just pull back a bit. So once you know you're going against the trend and you know how to tidy things up. When I say this, some people would counter me. It's good to counter, but then I always say, just wait for it to play out. If it plays out according to my analysis, fine. If it plays according to yours, fine. It's not a battle. We're all here to make money, and we can both make money, funny enough. So years ago, I stopped, listening to what others are saying more or less. I'll just trade my own, analysis, right? And that's what a lot of us need to do as well. Trade what you see and know what others are saying more or less. Okay, let me just scroll down. Scroll down. Price action have hidden story in them. Yes, indeed, Hyman and Wild. Price action is the story. They always have hidden stories for you to be able to understand the stories. Drew said you are very informative on this. Thank you. Imagine if we're very informative on this free session, right? Which is just an hour a day. Think about if we're together for like a month, one-on-one especially. So I offer one-on-one, guys. If you're interested in one-on-one, hit me up and then we'll see what we can do together, right? Oh yeah, let me check my Instagram. Let me quickly just pop over to my Instagram and see whether I have any comment from you guys. Anybody that probably wants to join me on the live, sorry. Let me just refresh that. I don't see any requests. No. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. We'll run up within the next few minutes. I won't say second, but within the next few minutes. Any link to follow? Link to follow me? Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. I just dropped the link on Instagram. And you can also follow me on YouTube. So that's my Instagram once again, if you are just joining. And I'm going to drop my link again on my YouTube, right? So you can follow me on YouTube. Guys, do subscribe to my YouTube, please. Let my YouTube channel grow. It's not yet at 1,000 followers, but guys, go there, consume the content, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification. When I drop new videos on opportunities, you can get them and then take advantage. Because over here, this Bitcoin, I've already taken it, but I've been doing the build-up story from last week. So you can also watch previous videos and so on. So guys, please follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, help me to grow. And then also, yes, Trading Live is also doing some nominations now as well. I think I'm nominated for live webinar and education. I can't really remember, but guys, check the nominations on the Trading Live platform, and you can also just nominate me for something. If you feel what I'm doing is of value to you, you can nominate me as well. I keep on forgetting that as well. Sorry. I hope people, excuse me, I hope people vote for me, and I hope I win as well. Let me win something this year. Let me get nominated at least and win. Okay. Leo Pansy said, and you share your trading experience. Yes, I do. Yeah, I share my trading experience more or less if you're talking about the one-on-one, what we do in the one-on-one or whether it's group mentorship, I'm focusing majorly on the one-on-one sessions for now. On the one-on-one, we get to trade together. You get to see the opportunities, that is the before, the during, and also after. So we see the trades we take together. We have small losses because you're going to keep your losses to a minimum, and we have big winners as well. Whatever the case will be, you will learn. And that's why we're all here. You are here to learn, and I'm also here to learn. But of course, you guys are here to learn more than me because a lot of you are new or maybe even struggling, right? We even have some professionals that are here as well that I want to also learn. There's always room to learn some more. I tend to attend webinars here and there as well. Anything that piques my interest, I learn and then I add it to it, right? But try not to do way too much. It doesn't end up being analysis paralysis. Okay, thanks for sharing your knowledge, sir. That's from Stanford. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm scrolling to the end now. I'm scrolling to the end now. So if I miss up on any comments or whatever the case may be, sorry about that. Okay, thank you. I saw, yeah, Larry Betram said, I'll follow you. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. So guys, follow me on YouTube. Let me see the numbers go up. I think I'm about 695 subscribers. If you guys can push me to about 750 before the end of the week, or maybe even push me to 1,000, spread the information, share the link with your friends, the YouTube channel. I've dropped the link. I'll drop the link again. So if you didn't get it, you get it now. Share the link with your friends, with your trainer friends. It might help somebody out. Share it with your community. It's a free place. Help me to get 1,000 subs, and then also rank up the views, watch the videos, comment on the videos. If you have a question, if you have any particular thing you would like to learn, comment over there on the YouTube. I will see it. Of course, the pop up as a notification for me. I'll see it, and then I'll do a video for you. I can do more than one video in a day. This is already about an hour. In an hour, it means I could have done like 5 to 10 mini videos. Wait, an hour is 60 minutes. Yeah, I could have done like close to 10 videos for you, depending on the number of minutes that they are. They could be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so thank you, Larry, for following me. Oh, thank you, Cecile. Cecile, for sure, no problem on that. Oh, beautiful. Thank you guys for saying you follow me. Follow me, and you can also comment on the YouTube channel as well. Bishop said, I appreciate you a lot. Thank you to Bishop. I appreciate all of you guys. I'll catch up with your next live. Herbert, thank you. Next live will be Friday, and we'll talk about Q&A, different things, ask questions, and so on. When will be your next live? Next live will be on Friday. How can I increase my win rate? Increase your win rate. That's a good question. Let me see. Jehe and Yumali, you want to increase your win rate. First of all, you need to know what your win rate is already, right? Increase your win rate is good, but what you should also be working on is increasing your risk to reward, what's the name? Risk reward ratio. Because even if your win rate is not so high, if it is 30%, right? If it is 30%, then your risk reward is good enough, you'll still be in profit. But if you just want to increase your win rate, whatever the case might be, I just said down because that should be the first thing to concentrate on, increasing your win rate. Once you increase your risk reward ratio, and your win rate is 30%, you can now start think of how to increase your win rate. Increasing your win rate, I would always advise to have a trading plan and follow it. Don't just have a trading plan, have a trading plan and follow it. And then you will notice that having that trading plan will help you to trade in a particular way, and then you keep a journal. The journal will help you to know when you have most of your winners and when you have most of your losers. So it is that journal that will help you to concentrate on strictly the winners, and then you'll notice that month by month you start to increase your win rate, probably from 30% to 35% to 40% and so on. So the trading plan and the trading journal, those two are very, very important. Somebody said I should look at gold. Okay, let's quickly look at gold. Let's look at gold before we round up. This is gold over here. And if you look at gold, the first thing that jumps at me quickly, I trade gold and look at gold, but the first thing that jumps at me here is this downtrend. So as you can see the downtrend, that means that more or less you'll be looking for selling opportunities, areas of selling. And you can see, you can easily map out all your levels, but the levels that catch my attention, first of all here, and I'm going to explain as I'm drawing them here and also here as well. So as I'm drawing these levels, you remember it's my eyes I'm using, and I'm using it based on the story. Look at this here. This is support. This is support. You can see it has broken, and now it is acting as resistance. But I'm not going to jump in here. Why? Because of that risk to reward ratio. The risk to reward ratio here is not a good one for me, because if I decide to take this trade, this will be where I want to take my profits, and it's not too far off. This might be about one risk to one reward. That's not good enough for me. And that's why I said before you work on your win rate, work on your risk reward ratio. I'd rather prefer to enter here on a sell. If I enter here on a sell, probably my stop loss might be above SL. I enter here to sell, my SL stop loss will be here. My TP here will be here, right? So my SL here, for the person that asked for SL is stop loss. I'll prefer to enter here on a sell on this gold. And that's what I'm showing you guys now so that you can see what I would like to do and then what I feel makes sense. Don't forget, this is CSA, Common Sense Approach, and that's the name of my academy. So I hope it makes sense. So for the person that asked on gold, or those that are looking out for gold, I'm just doing this quickly because I think I saw this in a few places. I just want to address this. But don't forget, you join me for the one-on-one. We would attend to everything for you. We would have some sessions like this, just the two of us, one-on-one sessions, brief sessions on the briefing of what to look out for. You have a lot of chats that will be shared between the two of us on opportunities. So I would prefer to sell over here, right? To sell over here and then take it all the way down. You can see all the way down to this point will give us a better risk to reward ratio. And that is cool. So let me cross back to the comment section before I round up. I'm going to round up within a few minutes. Can you help me in earning? Can you help me? Yeah. Chat me up on Instagram and let's see what's going on. Okay, somebody said I'm in Cancun, Mexico. Shipley. Nice. What news was that? What news was what? Which news? Sorry, I'm just reading your comments. I can just see that you said you're in Cancun. Okay, cool. Guys, always tell us where you're connecting to us from. Okay, fetch your power speech in 17 minutes. Oh, I'm still far away. So, because I've passed that a long time ago. Let me just scroll all the way down. Okay, scrolling to the down now. Let's see. Quick comments. Let me see your comments. What's your target for Bitcoin by year end? You may have to send me a message on Instagram and I'll look at that from a higher time frame because I need to run up now. All right, I need to run up now. That's the question coming from Aliyah. Oh, no, a question coming from who? Okay, from Eric. Sorry, Eric Kwansia. He said, bro, oh, sorry, I think I'm mixing things up. That's from Aliyah, sorry. Aliyah said, what's your target for Bitcoin by year end? And then you are saying 42,000 possible. I'll need to check my charts on the higher time frame because year end is 6 months from now, and it's best to consult probably maybe like the daily or weekly time frame. So if you chat me up on Instagram, I could do a chat for you, and then we could get more information from the higher time frame on what it is telling us. Okay, Eric Kwansia, I like that name. Where are you from? Eric Kwansia said, bro, how to join your mentorship program? Chat me up on Instagram, or if you want, you can drop your Instagram handle and I will chat you up myself, right? If anybody's interested in joining the mentorship, chat me up on Instagram, chat me up even through this platform, send me a message on YouTube that you're interested in joining the mentorship. Guys, if you know that you have been struggling for months or for years, you have been having too many losses, you have blown too many accounts, you lost too much money, chat me up. If you know you are new, you don't have a bearing, you don't know what's going on, you don't know when to buy, when to sell, how to manage your trades, how to calculate your risk, chat me up. And then let's hop on a one-on-one. I can only do so much one-on-ones, and I have a few slots for July. But that means that I cannot do too many people at the same time. So if you don't chat me up on time, then it is no more July, it might be August, or it might be to the end of the month or even to next year. So try to do that in good time because there are few slots available. So like Eric Kokwansia, I like your name, that's why I'm pronouncing the whole thing. Like Eric, you want to join me on the mentorship one-on-one, chat me up and then we'll discuss. Let me know where you are. If you're a good fit and all, then we'll take it up from there. Okay, we're going to round it up within the next 30 seconds thereabout. So for guys, if you're interested in joining me, chat me up on Instagram, chat me up on YouTube, any means, we'll talk and then we'll see where that takes us and then we'll start something together. You want me to do a quick chat for you, chat me up as well. I'll just do one chat for you based on your request. And the person that asked for Bitcoin long term, we'll do that and then we would take it from there. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's been a good one. Watch this recording again. I'm rounding up now. Catch you guys on Friday. On the flip side, try not to do damages to your account. Use stop loss. Calculate your risk appropriately. If no trade opportunity sits on your hands, it's not compulsory for you to jump into the market. Patience is key. Patience is very, very important. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day and goodbye for now. Cheers.